Welcome back, or welcome to, for the very first time, if you're just tuning in for the first time, to the Don't Start Your Shit podcast, episode 9. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Um, I really didn't know what I wanted to talk about on this episode for the longest. I had a hard week at work and I was tired. I'm shooting this video actually very early in the morning. Um, I wasn't sure if I was going to do this video at all, but the show must go on. Content must be made. I'm a workaholic, so I'm going to bring y'all the content that you want to hear. But in trying to figure out what I want to talk about, it really hit me. And I think that this is something I need to um, give my voice on. Bear with me. I need y'all to let me cook for a second. Really listen to me. This is going to be a very important episode. So on this episode, I want to talk about accountability and communication when it comes to dating and relationships. So I am at the end of my 20s. I've seen a lot, I've heard a lot from people I don't know and from people very close in my circle, and just from the world in general. And I consider myself a wise man. Other people consider me a wise man. A lot of people come to me for advice. A lot of people seek out my guidance. And if you're in my circle, for the ones who are in my circle, you know I've been there for you to give that lending ear. So let me give my audience, my shit starters, some wise words. Really listen to me. Pay attention, people. Dating and relationships have become so saturated, have become so inflated with crazy, ridiculous, unrealistic expectations that we are witnessing a decline in marriages, an increase in divorces. We're witnessing a decline in monogamy. We're witnessing a new world of dating. I always say that I feel like I came in the wrong era. But you know what? I feel like I was put in this era for a reason. I have an old school mentality. I have an old school love mindset. But I'm in a world where people want to tinker with love. People want to tinker with what a relationship should look like. I feel like I was put in this era to adapt, to give hope to those who still believe in that old school way. That doesn't mean you can't alter it a little bit. Evolution is a real thing. Things must change. But morals, the goal, should remain the same. If you believe in marriage, long-lasting relationships, whatever the case may be. So, I want to start within my own community, the Black community. I want to start with the word cheating. What is the purpose of that? I really don't understand the concept. You can pursue somebody, get to know them inside and out, learn all their strengths, all their weaknesses. They trust you. They give their heart to you, as you should give to them. Time goes on, and things may not be great as they were in the beginning because the cupcake phase doesn't last. And instead of communicating with your partner, talking things out, coming up with solutions, You want to be sneaky. And becoming sneaky has gotten a lot easier as the years has gone on, as technology has gotten better. But I don't understand it. I don't understand black men who cheat on black queens, good black queens. I mean, you get you a good woman. Is she perfect? No. Absolutely not. Nobody is. I think we get to a point where we just start to chase perfection. We want somebody to chase. We want somebody to check every box that we have on an imaginary list. And the moment that a person doesn't check a box, or a moment that a person changes a little bit, because a person evolves, now you're trying to seek something else that's perfect. Instead of communicating, saying, hey, this is a problem that I'm having. Can we solve it? Can we communicate? Can we work on it? We want to go out here in the streets and we go find somebody who we think is our peace, because the person at home has gotten on your nerves a little bit. The person at home, you feeling like they don't understand you anymore, but they don't know this because you haven't told them. So you go outside and you pillow talking and you letting this next person into your personal business, and they taking all their information and they're storing it. Now what they use it for is on them. If they want to use it to try to get in with you, that's what they're going to do. If they want to use it to bring you down, to tear you down, they'll do that. But instead of keeping your issues and your problems in-house and trying to fix it, you take it outside. So you go cheat. You go have fun. You go have your good time. Because you don't think you're going to get caught. You think that you can break it off before it gets out. As long as they don't say nothing, you're not going to say nothing. That's a snakish mentality. You're not a man if you do that. I don't care what you bring to the table. I don't care what you provide, financially or whatever. If you can't protect your woman in the essence of her when she's not around, you ain't a real man. And then when you do that, men keep forgetting women have intuition. They have their suspicion. If they think something is wrong, they're going to go do their research and they're going to find the truth. And once they find the truth, now you've messed up a good woman. Now she has a hard time trusting. Now she has to pick herself back off the ground and heal. Who knows how long that could take? And when she heals, you've taken such a part of her away that she's too afraid to give that part back to another person. So many walls go up. So many barriers have to be broken down. She's changed now. A woman who was the perfect woman, good enough woman for a better man, now has to become this mean, cautious, bitter person for the next guy that comes along. And it didn't even have to be that way. But you couldn't say, hey, I'm not happy. And that's the thing. Somebody once told me a long time ago that I would rather you break up with me before you cheat on me. those words still ring true in my head because it makes sense. But the thing is, when you get caught and you realize that a good person is walking away out your life that you never thought you'd lose, then you want to beg for forgiveness. Then you want to beg for understanding. Now you want to talk it out. Now you want to work things out when she's walking out the door. Make that make sense. You want to talk about I miss you. You didn't miss her. You couldn't have missed her because you had her and you didn't know what to do with her. What you miss is the things that you were getting away with while still being able to come home to a partner. You miss being able to take advantage of this person. You miss what this person brought to the table that these people on the outside didn't bring, because all you were to them was a good time, not a long time. The person that was here for a long time is leaving. And now you realize what's real to you, but it's too late for the most part. Now, some will give you a chance, a second chance, forgiveness. But then you take that second chance and you do the same thing again. I don't understand that. If you know that you're a person that can't be completely faithful, and you know you got somebody that's really good, before you damage this person, why not sit down and have a conversation? Hey, I love you. I do want to be with you, but I'm not sure if I can remain faithful to you. Can we be in an open relationship? And if a person is not open to that, then let them go. But at least present the offer to them first, because you never know. They might be okay with the idea. They might feel the same way, but you don't even give them the opportunity. You just go out here and do what you do. And then when they get back, now they the bad person. Now if they go out here and do to you what you did to them, now you want to call them all types of names. Now you want to try to ruin their reputation so they can't get into another relationship. Oh, they did this, and this to me. But you're not taking accountability for the actions that drove them to this point. Accountability. And too many times, women, I see women be more than what they should be to the man that they're with. I have to hold women accountable in this aspect. I see women be wives to men who shouldn't even be boyfriends. Really listen to what I just said. I've seen women do everything a wife should do for somebody that shouldn't even be their boyfriend. My shirt says king, because that's what I am. And that's what you do wifely things for. You do wifely things for kings. Let me tell you what a king is. A king is a provider, but that's not just financial. A king protects you. He protects your name. He protects your image. He protects your character. He takes care of you when you're sick. He takes care of you when you're weak. He takes care of you when you're depressed. He takes care of you even when you're good. He takes care of you even if you're doing better than him. He communicates. He's faithful. He's thoughtful. Real kings continue to pursue you even when they have you. Real kings don't just get you, and when they finally get you, they stop doing the things that they did to get you. They don't become complacent. Do you know why kingdoms lasted so long? It's because they continue to build that kingdom. Too many times men get a woman, get comfortable, and then stops trying. And then women accept that because you're going off the history of what he's done. But let me tell you something. A relationship is like a career. You have to update your resume. You want to know why people with experience get hired over people with no experience or little experience? It's because they constantly kept doing things to improve and get better. They constantly kept growing. That's what a relationship is. When you get a person, you keep growing, you keep learning, you keep evolving. You don't forget the little things. You improve on the little things, you improve on the big things. You have to hold people accountable. What you did in the past is great. What you have done to this point is great. But can you keep going? Relationships end up fizzling out because people stop trying. That's why the thought of being with somebody 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years has become diluted because the bar has been lowered so much. We don't expect people to go above and beyond. We get to a point where it's like, I've been with this person so long. It just is what it is now. They know I love them. How? They love what you've done. But you continue to show that you love somebody by continuing to grow. You can't love me for the first year, the first 2 years, and then you spend the next 2 years not showing me that same love, but then still claiming that you love me. How? Love is action. It's not just a feeling, it's action. When you love somebody, you show them that you love them. How can I feel that you love me if you stop doing the things for me that made me fall in love with you in the first place? Accountability. Black queens in general, of all kinds, should only be providing wife duties to real kings. You get to a point where you start to defend a person that's slacking off. Oh, well, he's done this and she's done that for me. That was so long ago. What have they done for you lately? This is a what have we done for each other lately society. That's what it should be. Update the resume. And then we do different things. We try different things. Like dating outside of your own. Now, I'm all for interracial relationships. I've had one in my life. But I think there's a misperception when it comes to that. I think that we get to a time where we think that just because we step outside of our own and we go over here to the other side, that they treat us better. No, they treat you differently. If you're jumping into an interracial relationship for the very first time, just like anything, when you've been in a certain place for so long, once you step out to a new place, it feels better. It feels exciting because it's not what you're used to. But that don't mean that it is better. That just means it's different. So when I hear when I hear black women say, "Oh, I'm gonna go get me a white man," because the black men that I've dated are trash, and I see other black people go over here and the white men treat them so much better. No, they treat them differently. Because guess what? Just like it may be something new for you, you may be something new for them. You may be their first experience. So they have to treat you differently. They can't treat you the same way they've been treating their own. That's what being in an interracial relationship is. You have to treat, because you're combining cultures. You can't treat this person the same as you would treat the previous person. Two different cultures. So they have to treat you differently. They're not treating you better necessarily. They're treating you differently. It's an adjustment. But that's the misperception. The misperception is, oh, I need to go over here because right here is trash. There's no good black men. There's no good faithful black men. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to date this Puerto Rican, this German, this Hispanic, this Australian, whatever the case may be. And you're perfectly within your right to do that. I'm not saying you're not. But don't go over there and then want to say home was trash. They're just treating you differently because you're different. We have to get that misperception out the way. There are good black men out here. There are good men out here. Because it's not just within the black community. How many times have you seen a white woman get with a black man? Oh, black men love me. They treat me better than white men do. They treat you differently. They may treat you better in a sense, sure. But that's not the perception. The perception is they're treating you differently because you are different. And you can go somewhere else and not trash home. You can just go over there and say, I'm happy here, and leave it at that. But too many times you go over there and then you want to put a bad reputation on where you came from. Never forget where you came from. Because where you came from made you the person that you are. The person that they love so much started right here. It's an unnecessary stigma that you have to go to the other side to be treated better. No. You attract the energy that you deserve. But nobody wants to talk about that. It's not the color of the person. It's not the ethnicity of the person. It's the energy of the person. If you keep attracting bad men, if you keep attracting bad women, that's your energy. And that's what you accept. What happens in your home is what you accept. That's what we have to take accountability for. Nothing is happening in your home that you don't accept. Because if something is happening in your home that you're not cool with, you address that. And what happens is it either doesn't happen again, or you respectfully part ways, because that's a deal breaker. But that goes back to communication, which is what people don't do. Accountability. Accountability. How happy you are is what you allow. If you keep going back to something that's unhealthy, to something that's toxic, that's what you want. That's what you accept. We all accept the love we think we deserve. It's easy to say, I deserve this, I deserve that, I want this, I want that. But then you allow the complete opposite to enter your life. And people are too afraid to walk away. Why? Oh, I've been with this person so long. They know me inside and out. They've been with me through my highs and my lows. But this person constantly uses that against you. They constantly disrespect you because they know they can get away with it. They know you're going to take them back. They know you're going to give them another chance. If somebody can take your most vulnerable moments and use it against you, and you allow them to come back in once they've done that, that's what you allow. That's what you accept. That's the love that you deserve. You can't say you deserve a love better because you're accepting what you really deserve. You know the term, I won't settle for anything less? But then you go and settle for something less than what you said. You've altered what you wanted because somebody is good with the tongue and can manipulate their words and manipulate their actions to remain in your life. I even seen instances where the sex was just too good. The person is trash, but the sex is the best. So you keep hoping that the person can change to a better person so you can have the great person that you want with the great sex that you want. It doesn't work like that. A person, for the most part, is who they are at the core. Now, some can change, but most cannot because we are who we are. And you have to understand that just because this person may be your best something, that don't mean that's the end all be all. We get to a mentality where I don't think I'm going to find anything better. I don't think I'm going to find anyone better. So you really believe this is the best that you can do? I think that upsets me the most. You get with somebody and they treat you slightly better than the previous person did. They do something different that the previous person didn't do. But they're still no good. And you know it. But you're afraid to go back out and seek better. And then those words come out your mouth. I just don't think that I can do any better. Why not? You said you deserved the best. This is not the best. The best is out there somewhere. So now you're telling me you don't think that you can achieve that? After you ran down your resume, I have my own house, I have my own car, I have my degrees, I handle my business. But you don't feel like you can get better than the person that you're dealing with, who may not even have half of what you have? Or they do have what you have and even more, but they treat you like you're beneath them? I understand security. This person secures me in many ways. This person takes care of things. But this person is not all good. And you know it. We make hasty decisions. We do. We get to a point where, especially depending on what age we are, we have this timeline. We have this unrealistic timeline. I need to have, I need to be married by 30. I need to have bought a house by 30. I need to have the car of my dreams by 30. Then you get to 30 and you may only have one of those things. Or you may have none of those things. And then you just feel so defeated because you feel like you've run out of time. And you start settling for less. It happens. We all do that. I hold myself accountable for that. I'm not where I'd like to be at this point in my life. But I'm not content with where I am. I haven't just gotten to the point where it's like, okay, this is what I'm going to accept. Because now I'm at that certain age and timeline where I feel like I should have been further, but I'm not. So this is where I'm meant to be. I don't believe that. The goal is the goal no matter what my age is. I don't give a damn if I'm 40. If I say I want me a big house and the car of my dreams and the wife of my dreams, I don't care if I'm 40, 50, 60. I'm going to go get that. I'm not going to settle for half a woman. I'm not going to accept half a car. I'm not going to accept half a house just because I didn't get it at the certain time that I thought I was going to get it. Everybody's timeline is different. We get too envious of what somebody else has and don't even really know what they have. How many times have you looked at a relationship and thought they were so happy and you wanted that? And then you realize behind closed doors, it ain't all glitz and glam. How many times have you looked at somebody advance in a career field that you were supposed to be in? And you think they doing better than you. You don't know what they dealing with. Next thing you know, they getting evicted. Next thing you know, they car getting repoed. People show you what they want to show you. On social media, especially. You want to know the real? Go to somebody's house. Body language. If you think a person has it all, really go see. Don't look at it from a distance and be envious of it. Really go see. We are visual creatures. And a lot of times, many of us want what somebody else have. But what somebody else has is for them. What's for you will be for you. As long as you don't settle for less than that. Accountability for yourself. We have to take accountability. And I think that I want to end this on this point. When we say we want something, and we have an opportunity to have exactly that, and we don't take it, then we can't go to everybody crying about it. We can't go cry. We can't be like, why can't I have this? This is all I want. I deserve this. But when you had an opportunity to have it, you chose not to take it. We all have choices. We all have paths to walk. You made a choice. You took a path that was the opposite of what you said you wanted. Too many times what we really want is right in front of us. But we don't believe it's that easy to have. We have been programmed to believe it's not easy to have the things that we want to have the relationship that we want to have the job that we want to have. And when it's put right in front of your face, the opportunity to go get it, we raise an eyebrow. We think this is too good to be true. So we take a detour. We take a harder path than what needed to be taken to get there. And then once we're in the middle of it, we either come to a realization that we should have made a different choice, or we sit there and don't take accountability and we wonder why God is punishing us. We're wondering why the world is coming down so hard on us, when what we wanted was right there in front of us. Accountability. Newsflash, people. Life is not fair. I'm very well aware of that for myself. But you know what? I take accountability for the decisions that I've made in my life to this point. I take accountability for the path that I've chosen to take. I take accountability for the situations that I put myself in. And once I did that, I was able to realize what needed to be done to get back on the path that I deserve to be on. And I think that's what most of us need to do. We need to realize that it's okay to make a mistake. We made a mistake. I've made a mistake. Now, how do I correct that mistake? How do I get back? But too many times people just want to sit in the mistake. Nobody wants to correct it. Nobody wants to try. People have stopped trying. People stopped evolving. People became complacent and content. And then wonder why life didn't go the way that they thought it would go. They didn't take accountability. So whether it's in life, whether it's in relationships, we have to take accountability. To go back to the beginning, stop cheating. It's unnecessary. Stop holding our partners to unrealistic expectations. Stop believing that everything is perfect. Stop creating this unrealistic narrative that you can't live up to. Take accountability and watch how your life changes. Watch how you grow as an individual person and in your relationship and in your career. Women, stop putting down men just because they don't have it all. Men, stop putting down women just because they don't have it all. Nobody has it all. But we all know what's best for us. And if we choose to not do what's best for us, then we deserve the consequences of our actions. Accountability. And I'm going to end it with that. Tune in for episode X. I made it to 10 episodes. Appreciate y'all. Well, I'm going to make it 10 episodes on the next video. But until then, this is me signing out. Don't start your shit. Won't be no shit. Deuces.